Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the third game of this year's Couch Cup. It is the third game of the third Couch Cup, so I am super hyped. And as this is a team game tournament, we currently have Jesse the Emperor and Fredi facing off against Herr Acker and Peter Host. Let's slightly reduce the volume here, right? So, Jesse the Emperor has picked the Persians, probably the strongest nomad civ, and Jesse the Emperor is playing with a 10% handicap, so we expect him to have a brutally strong start. His teammate, Fredi, oh, we changed his color. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, how can we find Fredi? Shift right click. See Fredi. Oh, now we see Fredi. So Jesse and Fredi are in this area of the map. It's not a bad position, and Fredi is playing as the Mongols. So probably Fredi wants to go for archers and maybe Mangodai later on, as his TC is right on the stone. That could benefit him greatly to get a castle up and play with Mangodai. I'm sure he would enjoy the micro. And the other team, Peter Host over there in the south, is playing as the Malians, and in this corner here we have Herr Acker. So players are not too close to each other, so we could see a longer game here, unless one of the players is going for something crazy. And of course, Jesse the Emperor playing as the Persians, we half expect him to play a douche. Now let's see if he goes with that. For now, Jesse has a sizable population lead, 10 pop, although now he's housed, so he has to do loom. Fredi also doing loom because he probably is out of food. Where can we see the resources actually? Yeah, Fredi out of food. And let's look at their dock positions. Fredi's dock is over there. He has some snappers, a lot of snappers around the dock, and a little bit of Dorados. Jesse the Emperor's dock is over here, so that could work out well for them. Maybe they can protect their fish. Probably one player focusing on the fish. Maybe it is Jesse, as he likes to play on water. And the other players, Peter's dock not too far, so could see some aggression on this side, whereas Acker's fish appears to be quite safe, so he could probably count on his fish lasting him for a while here. Enemies might not immediately find him. Do we see any laming, anything? Fredi asking if this is Jesse the Emperor. Indeed, it is him. Let's see, how can we toggle the players? Again, Herr Acker likes to do some laming. Let's see. Where is he going? Oh, it's just a sheep. Scouting the shores. And oh, see some orange? Oh, just a sheep. And Peter Host. No, not much scouting either. So nothing going on here in the early stages of the game. Nothing crazy, no douche. Players clearly are respecting their opponents, are playing standard. Although now I heard an alarm sound. Maybe just this. Well, what is this lure? No! Disaster. Dropping the boar in the middle of nowhere. He's scouting already the enemy fish. What are his resources? Okay, he's almost ready to click up. In fact, Jesse's and Fredi's resources are looking very good. Especially Acker is lagging behind a bit. Oh god, the panic houses, because he's housed at 20 pop, whereas Peter Host already on 26 pop, taking the lead here, as Jesse clicks up to fuel age as the first player, so we expect him to go on water. He should go for a second dock if that's the case. He needs more villagers on wood. He only has 4, no, now he has 9 on wood, so that's okay. And fighting off a Acker villager. And what is this? Fredi now trying to, no, just taking some deer. No, oh yeah. And let's see if Acker can lure this villager into his TC fire. This should be... look at this. Jesse has 2 extra HP, so he would win any will fight thanks to his 10% handicap. But most importantly, his resources are gathered 10% faster. So already he's almost has the resources to click up to castle age. Let's see. He immediately queues fire galleys only from 1 dock, so that's not ideal. Acker Xing, he has found both of the enemies. So let's see what the strategy is. Acker is very far away from the enemies, so he might go for a fast castle. Oh yeah, he's the Vietnamese, of course, so he sees the enemy TCs from the beginning. And Peter and Fredi now advancing to the next age. Only Acker, and Acker is stuck in Dark Age, so Acker has a very, very slow start. That could come back to bite that team. What? He has no resources. Oh no, okay, now he clicked up to fuel age. Finally. That is too slow. I think that, yeah, Fredi could be up to castle much faster, and Peter Host as well, so not sure what went wrong there for Acker. Maybe he was distracted with the villager, but it shouldn't cost him that much time. And where are the fire galleys? Oh, already Jesse's fire galleys on the fish of Peter Host as Fredi clicks up to castle age, and okay, so does Peter Host. Peter Host also up to castle age, and Acker still not in fuel age. That's terrible. And yeah, Peter Host already lost his fishing economy. On the run, not producing. So Peter Host will struggle with economy once he reaches the next age, whereas Fredi's fish is working as intended. Although Fredi only has 5 fishing boats, so whereas Peter has 8, but 8 idols, so better have 5 working fishing ships. Peter also only has 2 on gold here, so as the Malians he might go for knights, in which case he needs more on gold. But let's see, does he... hotkeys are not working. How can I see? Oh, he's mining stone there in front of the enemies. That's outrageous. So he must be going for a castle drop. And Fredinovich likewise, but he will have his castle up first. there's so much going on. It is actually challenging to cast. I mean, so much in terms of economic build-up, because no fighting seems to take place except for a little bit of fire galley action. As Peter has a second dog. Okay, so his fish are working, but he needs some. Oh, he has some 2 demos. What? That is questionable. And 1 fire galley. Yeah, but Jesse has so many fires that I think Jesse will take the water here. Also, Jesse should click up now to the next age. He has a huge amount of resources just sitting in the bank doing absolutely nothing. And Fredi gets up a defensive castle. Yeah, not sure if I like that castle. It's fine, but if he placed it here, it would protect the berries and the gold. Whereas here, it only protects the berries and maybe here a little bit the wood. And ooh, the castle drop by Peter Host, but that's super risky. He only has 7 villagers. So if Jesse was quick to react, he could deny it with maybe 2 watchtowers placed here, but of course Jesse is probably looking at his fire galleys or dreaming, doing something else, yeah, microing his fire ships, and completely oblivious to the castle drop, ballsy castle drop that's happening. And I'm wondering if he will ever notice this castle drop, as he still has not clicked up because he's lacking the second building and his resources are ridiculous. So that gives her Acker enough time to click up now, and finally Jesse reacts to the castle drop as the castle already stands, and with that I think Jesse will be quickly ousted from this position and probably eliminated from the game except for his water presence. But let's see what Fredi can do here. Fredi is pumping out the mango dye, and the mango dye are super strong, and the Gibetos of Peter Host will simply die to the mango dye. So let's see what Peter does. I think Peter maybe going for some knights would be better here than at Gibetos, or adding a siege workshop to. Actually, some pedars could work well. He sees his enemy is still not in castle age, so he could try to deny the castle age. And once the TC is down, then the Gibetos can completely kill off all his villagers. But I think Peter does not think about that, as Acker reaches castle age. And Fredi just building up the mango dye numbers. He already has Botkin arrow, so these mango dye are already dangerous. And Acker trying to boom. I'm not sure if that's the best decision here. Well, maybe. He can outboom Fredi, as Fredi is going military. Hearing some nervous chatter by the host. Jesse going to market. What does he need a market for? I'm not sure. Maybe he wants to sling Fredi. And Fredi's mango dye, where are they going? Oh, Fredi mango dye are on Acker's economy, but Acker is well defended with 2 TCs going into archers, I presume. Yeah, archers should work well against the mango dye. Jesse is up. Of course he's the person, so with extra HP as well, so that's why his TC did not go down. And the mango dye absolutely destroying these Gibetos. Look at that. Yeah. Gibetos not a very strong unit unless you're fighting infantry, but if you're fighting infantry, you will win the game anyway, probably. So water now being taken over by Jesse. But let's see, the economy lead is for Peter Host's team currently, but that could change quickly with... Oh, he's going for skirms. I don't like that. Acker should go, I think, for crossbowmen instead of skirms, because skirms can be cleaned by a couple of knights. if Fredi wants to add them in, or maybe if Jesse can. Yeah, Jesse's already adding the knights. And Peter Host, what is Peter Host doing? Peter Host is struggling a bit with the economy. Actually, he still has more will than Herr Acker, even though Herr Acker is on 2 TC, so Herr Acker must have had a lot of idle time. What is this now? Switch the colors. I wanted to see Herr Acker's idle TC time. 6 minutes. That is ridiculous. Well, Jesse has 11 minutes. Huh. That shouldn't happen at this stage of the game. Let's go back to the eco and Mangonite. Well, they don't really find a position to strike. Jesse has repaired his TC. Yeah, Peter Host should either add some siege and destroy Jesse, or he should start to boom, because at the moment he's not really achieving anything as he's running his skirms into the arrow fire. Yeah, the skirms have no upgrades. I mean, if you want to counter these Mangonites, you need to upgrade your skirms. Look how they go down. Yeah, Mangonites are very strong, and a handful of skirms are not enough to fend them off. Peter could be maybe going for an extra CC to defend his economy, or they have to coordinate better with Acker's elite skirms. Should be able to fight off this Mangodai, especially if Acker was to get Botcan arrow. That would be most useful. Second castle now from Fredi, and this game seems to shift more and more into the control of Fredi and Jesse. Jesse is not achieving much here, but he's occupying Peter Host, and then Fredi is free to dominate with the Mangodai, adding in more TCs. And both players, both Acker and Peter Host, are on skirms now, and that's just devastating. That's disastrous. You never want to have 2 players on skirmishers. You can only lose with that unit composition, because once the knights are coming, the skirms are dropping dead. Instead, Acker could have gone for some crossbowmen, which are very strong for the Vietnamese. And well, will counts are actually even. Ooh. Very good race here from Herr Acker, that's what they need to do. Although Herr Acker needs some upgrades on these knights. They have 0 upgrades at the moment. And Jess is sneakily booming on the other side of the map. Very nicely done. And at this point I don't see how they can ever stop these Mangodais, unless Fredi runs them into Acker's skirms, but I'm sure Fredi will be able to avoid that. Acker, what is Acker doing here? He does not have enough food, whereas Fredi has 1300 food. Fishing ships going strong, that's giving them so much of a boost still. Jesse's team is 11 villages behind, because Jesse is almost ousted from land. But the fishing ships are keeping them in the game, and Fredi dominating the center of the map with his Mangodai, with his castles, raiding more and more. Is missing ballistics. Let's see if Jesse, oh, that's in one team, so the knights, yeah, with the knights and the Mangodai together, if they coordinate their assault, they could crush this little skirmisher army and then raid Peter Host. Peter Host still only on 1 to see, so maybe Peter Host should think about booming a bit more. It's just going for trash units, even though he has a gold here, so not looking good, and Acker's skirmishes are achieving absolutely nothing because Fredi is simply avoiding them. Why should he go to Acker if Acker has these skirms? Just go to Peter Host and raid him. And yeah, Acker being on the defensive, except for those 3 knights, which are now going down. And yeah, with that, Fredi clicking up to Imp. He is firmly in the control of this game now. In fact, I would even think that if Jesse was to drop from the game now, Fredi might be able to win it alone. Just 28 Mangudai. As long as he adds something against the skirms. So his economy is not too great, so maybe a couple of knights to clear up the skirms, and then he can kill all. Or some siege. Rams and Mangudai could work well here. Or Mangudai and Mangonels. And the Mongols even have this unique tech which makes their siege faster, which would be lovely to see in this game. The Acker just booming a bit more. Now he's adding in some Rattan archers. I like it. I think Rattan, that's the unit to go. If he can master those, there's not so much Fredi can do except for siege. And the siege could be sniped with the Vietnamese bombard cannons. No. So, yeah. Actually, Acker has the best economy in the game now. No, Fredi has still more of a efficient ship. I would like to see a fight here. I think, but Fredi will not fight. It's Imp now. I think the traps will be coming out. And neither Acker nor Peter Host is anywhere near the Imperial Age. And without Imp, they will never be able to push back those castles from Fredi, so yeah, I think it will not be much longer until we see a GG here, unless Fredi somehow throws away this army, which can always happen. Let's see. Raiding a bit now. Do they have ballistics now? No. Still not. So much army for Acker, but it's doing absolutely nothing. 44 or 43 military units here. We hear Acker giving some directions in the background, but Peter Host. But yeah. Problem is now Acker's military slowly rocking back here. It's just not enough. Like, what are these units achieving? They're achieving nothing. Fredi just runs away, loses 1 Mangudai, but idles half of the economy of Acker. And meanwhile, a single trap is enough to take out this castle for Peter Host. Wow, what's going on there? Douching himself is Fredi, is Jesse. Delivering some stables. Some Geppettos raiding the houses. What Fredi is lacking here is a siege. I think just some rams or mangonels and push in. Because he's just, he can't finish off the game because of the skirms. So Fredi really should step on the gas here and just do something besides the Mangudai, and then he can end the game. Yeah, still no imp for Peter Host or Acker. Now the Geppettos might take out a few Mangudai. But look at how strong those Mangudai are. Ridiculous! Geppettos focusing on the market. Don't even care about those 2 Geppettos. Now they're coming back. killing off these poor women. Yeah, and now Fredi really. I can't believe why is he not adding anything besides his stupid mango dice, which are not even elite. Where is he spending his resources? 10 villagers in the queue. Peter Host is starting, TC going down now. Looking grim, and well, Acker should do something, but doesn't look like he can. He's castle dropping Jesse's TC. I mean, that's not gonna do anything. Jesse's nothing. He has a couple of knights, and Peter Host is ousted from his base. Peter Host is on 40 vills, and many of them are just running away. So most of them, in fact. That's it, I would say. Unless Herr Acker pulls a miracle, which I don't see because his skirms are once again completely out of position. Yeah. I think that's it. 50 village lead now for the Emperor and Fredi. And yeah, and now definitely even if Jesse were to drop now, Fredi alone would be able to close this game if he ever remembers to build something else than those mango dice, something to counter the skirms. I mean, that's stubborn. Like, why do you stick to the stupid mango die if the enemy has literally 50 skirms? I think maybe even Acker has possibly ballistics now. That's quite good. Could be fully upgraded with his skirms. Well, but now his skirms are roaming around here very slowly, and the mango knight just avoid them. Thing here. Now they run away. 2000 score lead for the team that's now we can't speed it up. So it looks like this game is finally coming to an end. Well, let's analyze what was going on in this game. Well, Fredi surely had a strong position. Peter Host took out Jesse, which was well done, but then Acker was free in the back and he didn't capitalize on this good position. Whereas Fredi, very active with his mango die, raiding all over the map. Acker's skirmishes, he built huge amounts of skirmishes, but they were only walking back and forth in his own base without achieving anything. And Fredi now, I mean, at this point it's ridiculous. Like, he absolutely refuses to build any unit besides the stupid mango die. So since 20 minutes his opponents are fending him off with the skirms. And the Mongols have very strong hussars, so some hussars now or some siege rams, and this game could be over. But even like that, a couple of knights from Jesse are enough, because skirms do nothing against the knights. Where are the traps now from Fredi? Why is this game still going on? Do we see a final battle? No, the knights, the skirms fight the castle, the knights crush the skirms, and then the mango die. Sheer numbers finally overwhelming these pesky skirms. And this game is truly over now, waiting for the GG. Yeah, this is it. Well played, Fredi. Well played, Jesse, for occupying Peter Host. And well, I did not like the strategy of Peter Host and Herr Acker here. Peter Host did a good job in taking out Jesse, but that means he was occupied and Fredi could reign free, and Herr Acker was too defensive. You should not let Fredi build up like that. So it seems Peter Host and Herr Acker now want to pull Jesse and just not give up. They have nothing. What are they waiting for? Zero military for Peter Host. Maybe his villagers are enough to do the job. Herr Acker, the TC idle time. Finally, game is over. GG, well played. Interesting game, although it took much longer than it should have taken. And yeah. Well, in the beginning there was a lot of idle time for Jesse and Herr Acker that really set those two players back. So Peter Host and Fredi doing a much better job in building up their eco. Let's where is the text? The stats.
Escape.
I think I should be able to see them in capture age, no?
Sure.
And
there.
Okay. It's statistics. All right. Yeah, look at that. Jesse had a very strong start in a very early game thanks to his 10% and Persian bonus. That means he could take the water. That was very strong. And he was squeezed out by Herr Acker. But then the Mango Dice took over. And look at this absolute massive military from Herr Acker. But all it did was walk back and forth within Herr Acker's base. Yeah, Fredi was clearly the MVP here. And yeah, I think it's a mistake to let Fredi boom and then Herr Acker was not able to stand up to Fredi's experience. Alright, we can't see that. Well, very curious to see the next game, and see you soon.